Hey everyone, this is Neon Polygons, and today I want to give you all a look at a Nintendo Recruitment Guidebook. These are usually given out in Japan to people who are interviewing at Nintendo, and it's to give you an idea of what it's like working there. And every year, these recruitment guides usually have a very specific visual theme, and this book is from 2011, and the visual theme is a sketchbook. So as you'll see here, this recruitment guide is actually enclosed in a kind of a transparent sketch style slash cover, and it's pretty cool. If you take a look at it, there's like all these really cool drawings and sketches of Nintendo characters, and it's to give the illusion. Actually, when you look at the guidebook a little bit more closer, you can actually see somewhat more of like the outlines of the characters. But when you put the transparent cover over it, it just really pops and is just so colorful. It's a really just cool like theme about how Nintendo did the recruitment guide in 2011. So let's take a look inside the recruitment guidebook for 2011. You see here as you open inside, it gets to the Nintendo logo, and there's an opening statement from former head of Nintendo, the late Iwata-san, and it's while I can't read kanji, it's really cool that you get to see kind of like what he believes is the value or mission statement of Nintendo, and really giving new prospects an idea of what it's like to be working there. And so, kind of going along with the visual theme of like kind of a sketchbook slash blueprint style, you'll see here that there's a lot of like transparent sketch paper that's like in between the pages, kind of to add like a little bit of a visual flair. Not every, I guess, page or every other page has that sketch paper in between. Sometimes they kind of just put the sketches like right over the actual pages itself, or like on the page itself is the actual sketches. And what's really cool is you get to see what all the employees like actually at Nintendo are wearing, and you'll notice that they're actually wearing a kind of very special Nintendo employee shirt, which you actually don't really see often on the secondary market. So as you'll see here, there's a lot of behind the scenes of people like making games. I guess these pictures are back from during the GameCube era, which is kind of odd because this is 2011, and this was GameCube was discontinued back in 2006, I believe. So you'll see a lot of like I guess like archival photos of people working on games from previous years. I'm not sure exactly where that flower sketch is from, but you'll notice that like later on in the book, there's a lot of like floral sketches in here that I'm not quite sure what the origins or references were to. So you get to actually see employees from all over Nintendo, not just kind of from the game making divisions. Over here, there's I guess kind of like the accounting department that we just looked at the previous pages. Over here is a lot of the product managers or designers. This girl in particular, she's working on Wii Party. And this is a pretty cool part of the book. It's actually the view from the rooftop of the Nintendo's Kyoto office. Over here you'll see some sketches of Mario from previous games. I'm not sure if these are sketches done by Miyamoto-san of Mario, but nonetheless really cool to kind of see this old history of Mario previously done before. Over here some more, I guess, shots of people who work at Nintendo behind the scenes. I'm guessing these are probably like product managers or QA or, potentially engineers. They're all wearing the Nintendo engineering shirts. And so check this out. This is kind of like footage from, I believe, Mario Galaxy, and I guess people working behind the scenes on it. You can take a closer look and you'll notice that these were shots from the game in 2007. And here's another cool shot of people doing motion capturing at Nintendo, which I didn't really knew that they kind of did a lot of mocap at Nintendo, but I guess they do. And just some more behind the scenes, just kind of showing what the culture of working at Nintendo is really like. So, you'll see people there like just hanging out in the coffee room, playing with Slinkies, just having water cooler talk essentially. You'll see here people working on the hardware division at Nintendo. Really kind of cool stuff. And again, here's what I kind of mentioned earlier about these floral sketches. I'm not really quite sure what the origins or the purpose behind it. And these are like I guess photos from like the front lobby over at the Kyoto office, and then more pictures of people in the planning departments. It's to me it's actually really quite cool seeing these photos because it does give you a look at what Nintendo really is like behind the scenes. And when most people think of like a video game company, they generally tend to think it's very pizzazzy and very colorful and splashy. But kind of looking at these photos of the Nintendo office, it generally just looks like really a normal office. But obviously you're working on some really cool things and working on the future of Nintendo. These are photos in a sketch of when the Mario 25th anniversary game came out for the Wii, and some just more photos of people, I guess, behind the scenes over at Nintendo. So to me personally, this is a really cool book as a recruitment guide to working at Nintendo. Again, I don't know many companies that actually give out these guidebooks or give out a guidebook like this to what the culture of a company is like. I used to work in the music industry over at really cool companies like Sony Music and Universal, and I once never got, or never once got any one of these types of like recruitment guides that let me know what the culture is like. And so at the end of the book is kind of a closing statement from Miyamoto, as well as kind of like testimonials from employees all across the company about what it's like working there. And you'll notice that for like their profile photos, they actually kind of did like each one had their own unique art style. Some were done in like kind of like that Wii U me sketch style, and some are kind of just done as like a painting, or some are done as like a Game Boy uh, camera photo. And so it just kind of gives you just a really good inside look at what it's like working at Nintendo, but really kind of working at Nintendo in Japan. So at the end of the book is really kind of just some information on the company. It's kind of some like the organization structure over here. You'll see it's kind of like a hierarchy chart, a little bit of the history of Nintendo, but it's all kind of in kanji. So unless you know how to read kanji, it's not really going to be anything that you'll be able to enjoy. And here's kind of just like maps of essentially like getting to Nintendo in Kyoto itself. You'll see over here, and some financial statements. Not really anything kind of like sexy or exciting if you're trying to like be like what's behind the scenes at Nintendo. But overall, I think this is a really cool recruitment guide and just a really cool piece of Nintendo history. I definitely think like every year it's one of those things to really like look out for as a Nintendo collector, of like what's the latest recruitment guide theme that they're kind of rolling with. And in my opinion, the 2011 theme was like one of their best as a sketchbooks, and just really like a great presentation overall. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. So let me know what you think about this 2011 recruitment guide. Did you like the look? Did you like the theme? Do you feel you would work at Nintendo after seeing this recruitment guide? Would it push you to actually apply an interview? Or was there anything that you noticed about Nintendo that actually surprised you after looking at this recruitment guide? Anyways, thanks again for watching, everyone, and catch you again soon.